Hello everybody and welcome to today's webinar presentation. Today I'm going to be talking with you about my 5 must-have essential oils and why and how to use them. And obviously it goes without saying that there are a lot more than 5 essential oils that I use on a regular basis, including some blends that have a combination of different essential oils in them. So these 5 are not the only 5 that I use. But if I had to choose 5, these would be the 5 that would be the top of my list. So let's get started. So the first one is one that most of you are probably familiar with, even if you aren't really a big essential oil user, and one of those is the classic peppermint. I carry this around everywhere with me, so that's why I've got this little thing on here with a little clasp so I can even carry it like on the belt buckle of my jeans or whatever. And peppermint is just one of those must-haves. It's really good for all-around purposes for all kinds of things. So some of the things that I use peppermint for is if my sinuses are getting a little stuffy, which this winter time of year they do, I just kind of rub a little bit and kind of inhale a little bit. I also like to use peppermint a lot in the diffuser. I will like to a lot of times combine it with a citrus like orange, or maybe even another mint like spearmint or eucalyptus or something like that, and diffuse to help cleanse the air, help open up the sinuses, that kind of thing. So it's really good for that. Peppermint is also a big invigorating oil as well as a big energy booster. So if you're feeling a little bit of like that afternoon drag, you're a little bit tired, you take a little bit of the peppermint, you can go like this, rub it on your wrists, and then inhale to try to give you a little bit of that boost to help avoid that little bit of that morning blah drag or afternoon uh, blah where you're tempted to take a nap. You can use a little bit of peppermint that way. You can also put a little bit of peppermint on the bottoms of your feet, and it will help absorb up into your system as an energy booster. Peppermint is also really good for your digestive system. So a lot of us, I know, when I was younger and I would get sick or have an upset stomach, my mom would feed me peppermint tea. And so I grew up drinking peppermint tea. So when I first started using essential oils, even though I didn't grow up around essential oils, I was really familiar with peppermint as an herb because of my experience with peppermint tea. So you can either rub a drop or two directly on your stomach. You also can, this is the doTERRA kind, so it's safe for you to use internally. There are some other brands you can use internally, but a lot of the other brands, a lot of them you can't. So you have to find a brand that you can use internally. You can just put 1 drop into either a cup of, or a cold water, or even heat up water and make it kind of like a really strong version of peppermint tea and drink it. 1 drop is the therapeutic equivalent of about 25 cups of tea though, so you want to be really, really careful. You want to make sure you don't put in more than 1 drop. And personally, that is my least favorite way to do it. I still prefer peppermint tea when it comes to internal use. But I have, and occasionally will do it. So I really prefer, either under the sinuses a little bit, on the wrists a little bit, rub together a little bit maybe on the chest, even open up your sinus airways, or on the bottoms of the feet, or, if it's your stomach that's bothering you, directly on the stomach. So I prefer, just the topical application or diffusing personally. So that's peppermint. Then the second one is one that a lot of people may not think about and may not use as much. Although a lot of us, this essential oil is actually in a lot of cough drops. So a lot of us may be familiar with the idea of having a spearmint flavored cough drop. Or some of the gums even nowadays, the spearmint gum will actually have some essential oil in it. And so it of course is spearmint. And I realize that spearmint may not be on the top 5 list of a lot of other people, but it definitely is on mine. I found that sometimes even combining the peppermint and spearmint can do a lot for your sinuses opening up. Personally, I found that spearmint works really good to help boost my metabolism system, helps me with exercise, just does all kinds of things for me, and I just really, really love the smell. Plus, spearmint can also be used with, you can make a lot of your own body lotions, and the smell is just awesome. You can also use it with a lot of body washes. I've also put a drop of spearmint in with my shampoo when I wash my hair, and find that that really helps with the hair. And I also like to diffuse spearmint a lot. So the smell is just really amazing. And of course, you can make, like spearmint candy. If you're going to do something like that, though, what you'll want to do is take a toothpick and just kind of swirl a little bit, and you can swirl a little bit into like the candy, even like the frosting on like a cookie or something like that for a little bit of spearmint flavor. So spearmint is one of my top 5, even though it may not be the top 5 of everybody. And then the other tip that I also heard that people said is that you can just kind of put a little bit of it onto your hair, and that way the smell will last longer, and you'll be able to continue to smell it and get that energy boosting vitality from it. So peppermint and spearmint, really, really good for energy boosting vitality. Other one, lavender. So lavender, of course, is I think going to be on the top 5 list of just about everybody. They often say, and I'm coming up again with frankincense, it's going to be the next one, that frankincense is the king of oils, but lavender is the queen. And I believe that's really true. So lavender is a really good one. Any kind of a skin issue, you get like a bee sting, you've got some kind of another little bite or blemish or something on your skin, lavender is always really good for that. Lavender can also be used to reduce inflammation. So, if you have like a little bit of a kink in a back in your neck and you're just like, you can just rub it a little bit on there. Also really good for helping with sleep and helping with relaxation, helping with de-stress, that kind of thing. So lavender is really like you're calm, relaxing, cool. So just kind of the opposite of peppermint. Peppermint's more the energizing, invigorating. Lavender's more the calm, relaxing, de-stress. And then of course with any kind of a skin issue as well, then lavender can always be there to help you as well. Okay, then the next one I said we were going to talk about is frankincense. But these aren't in any particular order necessarily, but like I said, frankincense has been considered the king of oils by a lot of people. Frankincense, along with gold and myrrh, was one of the gifts that was given by the wise men to the baby Jesus at his birth. And frankincense is a really good one, again, for the skin as well. It also has a lot of anti-aging properties. So, if you're worried that you're getting maybe a few too many skin blemishes or wrinkles and you're wanting to improve your fine lines, you will find, if you research the ingredients, that frankincense is used in a lot of high-end skincare. They will add in a couple drops of frankincense to help with your skin conditions. So frankincense is even more powerful for that. Frankincense is also really good for the health of your brain. So for improving focus and concentration, if you're having a little bit of head or neck tension and you feel like you need to support the health of your head and brain, you can use frankincense. Frankincense is actually the only essential oil that can traverse the blood barrier in the brain, so it can be really good for all of the brain health, focus, concentration issues. It's also a very strong anti-inflammatory as well, just like lavender is. So you can rub it on any kind of area of your body where you may be having a little bit of an ache or a little bit of a tension, and you just need to get a little bit of that soothing relaxation. You can use some frankincense. Okay, then last but not least for my top 5 is clove. And clove actually has the highest amount of ORAC value of any essential oil. So if you're familiar with, a lot of supplements will boast and brag about how high the ORAC value is. And that's basically a score that just determines how anti-inflammatory it is. And clove is the highest of all the essential oils when it comes to ORAC value. And clove, there are other things that you can do with it, but clove for me is the number one for my teeth. So if I'm having any kind of a little bit of a dental issue, or, like my gums might be a little bit swollen, I might have maybe a little bit of a sore on the side of my mouth, I like to just rub a little bit of clove, and I will use it internally just on the inside, or you can put it on the outside as well. The taste of clove is really pretty, really don't like the taste of it, and it really doesn't smell very good either, but it's really, really effective in helping with the teeth and the mouth. And I've actually even heard some holistic dentists go to the really extreme where they actually will even use this to help numb the mouth and do that instead of even some of the traditional, numbing agents or whatever that they sometimes use for cavities and things like that, especially if somebody's really allergic or sensitive to that kind of thing. And you also can find clove in a lot of toothpaste. The doTERRA toothpaste actually has clove as one of the main ingredients in it, along with myrrh as well. And clove, you can also use it to make your own toothpaste. So, you could research how to do that online. This isn't a webinar about how to make your own toothpaste, but you can make your own toothpaste using some clove in it, and clove will work really, really well for you. So anyhow, these are the top 5 essential oils. So just to summarize, peppermint, really good for invigorating, clearing out sinuses, stomach issues. Spearmint, really good also for invigorating energy, sinuses as well. Just, that invigorating, help with respiratory support as well. Lavender, really good for any kind of a skin issue, as well as peace and calming, de-stressing, relaxing, helping you go to sleep better. Frankincense, really good for skin and anti-aging, as well as your support and health of your brain and your mind. And then clove, really good for your teeth. So anyhow, if you'd like to learn any more about either of these essential oils, I will have a link below that you can check them out, and you can also schedule a free time to have a call with me. We can talk about some of your different needs and how I can help you. So take care, and thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.